Medieval 2 Total War is a masterpiece of gaming history. Every detail of this 2006 classic was meticulously crafted by the Creative Assembly to make one of the most immersive and entertaining medieval simulators of all time, and in my opinion, the greatest game to ever come from the Total War franchise. Immediately upon opening the game, you know what's up.
Storm clouds gather over Europe. Mistrust and rivalries between realms threaten to break and flood the world in a tide of total war.
The main menu screen is dark, brooding, and shadowed. Silhouettes of faceless soldiers march past, towards slaughter to come. The music immediately puts us in the mood. Tension before the storm. The game itself is broken into two parts, a turn-based empire/kingdom simulator on a grand map of Europe and Western Asia, and a real-time tactical battle simulator. Both are beautifully done and streamlined. Before starting the game, you're given the choice of a huge number of factions to try. You can play anything ranging from a glorious Englishman to an Italian banking clan, to the Byzantine god emperor of humanity, or even a Muslim Arab. On the world map, you are the omnipotent godhead of your kingdom, controlling generals, armies, cities, and castles like puppets. At your disposal too are a retinue of agents to push your political, mercantile, and religious will across the lands. Immediately, your position is weak. You are a small, hapless kingdom, surrounded by unwashed masses of rebels, or worse, other kingdoms. You may initially want to expand slowly and tread carefully. However, as an experienced player with over 11,000 hours of playtime, this is wrong. You must expand, brutally, rapidly, and without mercy. There's an unspoken rule in the game that can only be learned through playtime. There is no such thing as peace. Any neighboring faction is at war. If you do not perform a rapid surgical strike to exterminate their presence from the face of the earth, their masses will soon be at your front door, politely asking for your head. Diplomacy is not an option. Alliances are tangential. Good has no meaning here. The more you expand, the more options become available to you as how to proceed. You gain access to stronger defenses, bigger cities, professional soldiers, and naval fleets. Quickly, if you play your cards right, you'll blob from a tiny weakling state to a fully fledged, advanced world-dominating empire. The feeling of growth and satisfaction is unmatched. Watching your color cover the global map, shadowing over all others. On the field in combat comes the true magic. The game allows you to command an entire army of individual soldiers, broken into command units, in real time, and to zoom in and watch the action from any angle. The detail of the units is stunning. Each one is individually dressed and equipped, overcoming the clone army visuals of the previous title, Rome Total War, and the visuals matter. The armor on each soldier is realistic and corresponds to their actual rating on the field. You can see their weapons, with spears being more effective against cavalry, axes and swords breaking through lines of infantry, bows laying down volumes of fire, crossbows piercing tough armor, and lances breaking even the toughest line of infantry. As the armies collide, you'll be able to zoom in and watch the action unfold in gruesome detail. Unfortunately, this is where I hit a problem in recording. I am running the game on a brick of a computer that is utterly incapable of using recording software while playing without causing immense lag.
PC, thank you.
This is a good point to reiterate the beautiful sound design of the game. We may be playing Total War, but you'd be surprised with how peaceful and serene your kingdom can feel if you zoom in and just listen. So too does the tension of a mounting battle, the violence of an all-out melee, or the crying agony of an executed prisoner make itself heard. Crossbow bolts have impact. The clash of weapons and the shouting of soldiers are meaty and real. The sound design can even be downright mortifying at times, with death, plague, and assassination being regular events. Where the sound design does not excel, and what you may have noticed a lack of in my playthrough, is the voices of units on the grand map. At first these will seem innocuous and fitting, but the longer you play, the more you'll be hearing them. Over and over, forever. The small details of the game do call out and sing to me. Visually, auditorily, from the smallest phrase of the menus and GUIs, to the little animations of trade ships on the sea, this game immerses me, somehow, some way. In these old 2006 jank graphics and mechanics, the world feels alive, like its own little plane of existence. No game has ever replicated this feeling to me. No game has ever stimulated my imagination of kings and knights and treaties and ships and trade and music and death than the masterpiece that is Medieval 2 Total War.